Hello, Rebecca. Thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. I'm glad we could make this happen after the last faux pas of me being sick.
Yeah, I'm glad everyone's well now because
Yes.
it's things have been going around crazy.
We dodged the flu, though. Our
that
house dodged the flu. Praise God.
that that I guess it's a good thing.
Yeah. I don't know what else we dodged, but
It's nuts. So what
Yeah.
we're gonna do, we're gonna go through the chat a little bit. There's a few people here, and then I want you to
Okay.
tell not only how you got working with Dr. Barry, because he
Okay.
comes up in every conversation. But what got you
Definitely.
started with keto, ketovore, carnivore, and where you're at now? And then we'll also talk about your book
Okay.
because it's awesome.
Thank you.
All right, this is Sherry,
Hi,
and in the
Sherry.
picture is her pup Nevada, who is gone. But
Oh.
yeah, she said, I'm here, but I'm in the car on my way home from taking my pups to the Colorado River to play. I will be listening. Nice.
Nice.
This is Lynn saying hi, Cindy, Becca, and everyone here this evening. This is Steph, Exposing Darkness, saying hello.
Cool.
Rockin' Keto Amy is here. Hi, Sherry, Stephanie, and Lynn,
Hi.
and Rebecca. I'll just say it for her. This is Sean saying good evening.
Hi, Sean.
And Evelyn's here. And I'll tell you, if you've never met Evelyn,
I don't
actually,
know if
everybody in the
I
chat has been great. But Evelyn, she will, when she meets you, the first thing she will do is make you a friendship bracelet, no matter what. That's
Oh, that's
great.
awesome.
I'm sure she's made them for Dr. Barry at the
Probably.
meetups. Yeah.
Probably.
All for Jesus Carnivore. Hello, hello, welcome. Hello
Oh,
from
hello from
Oregon.
Oregon.
Yep. She come over from your channel. And Lynn saying hello. Evelyn, hit that like button. Yes, please.
Absolutely. And if you're joining from my channel, please hit the like button too, because that helps my little algorithm too.
Absolutely. And this is Lisa Ortega saying hello. There's another one from your channel, Tammy Matola.
PhD from our
Tammy
Dr.
from
Barry
PhD Community
community.
checking in. Very good. I think everybody in the world is from his community.
Some days.
Hit that like button. Yeah. Hi, Cindy and Rebecca. I set to make a Friday live stream because hubby was tired and went to bed. Well,
Mm,
I'm glad you're here.
absolutely.
This is my sister, Deb. Hi,
Hi,
all.
Deb.
Welcome, Becca. Jeff Foltz is here, and this chat is kicking.
I know. I wish people
Saying
would
hello.
chat more on my channel. I've got so much studying to do that I've slowed down on doing lives.
It's a when I started
It's a
doing them, it
full-time
was like
business.
it's fun. It
It is. It is
My
absolutely
husband and
fun.
I do one every Wednesday
Mhm.
also. So yeah. This is Andy saying hello, everyone. Happy Friday.
Hi.
Carl Keto Dog. This is Evelyn's husband. I'm here too. Hi, everybody. They have they have a fantastic story. Everybody I've met, their story is so fantastic. Whether I've met them in person or met them
Mhm.
through having them on the channel, having them on the live streams. I say it all the time. This is the best community I have ever belonged to in
Mhm.
my life, and it's just there's everybody is just so sincere and caring and really cheers everybody else on, and it's just
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
It's great. But anyway, they're just talking amongst themselves now. So
Yeah.
first, what got you started with ketovore? I know right now you're carnivore-ish.
Carnivore-ish. Carnivore-ish. So, and if I've told my story on Homestead How, so you can get the fuller version there if you want to hear the whole down and dirty. But in 2018, my parents had been living with us for a while, and they had finally moved out. And I was so just tired. I was standard American diet, 2 autoimmune diseases, really couldn't do much for them because there's no treatment. I have Sjogren's and Hashimoto's. There's no real treatment for Sjogren's. My husband had been getting up in the middle of the night to help take care of my mom because sometimes I just couldn't do it. He was having to get me out of bed to actually take care of my own kids because, he was like, I can't stay here and get them off to school. I need you to get up and do this. And so he was doing his job and my job, coming home and doing my job. And I was depressed, obese, on pain medication, and I mean like narcotics, and doing pain management, anti-anxiety drugs, blood pressure medicines, and then of course thyroid replacement, which I'm still on and will always be on. But it's like I was just sick and tired of being sick and tired. And my brother, who has an autoimmune disease too, was like, May I try I'm going to do this diet because I think it's going to help. People say it helps. And it's sort of like that Atkins diet we used to do.
Mhm.
And I was like, okay. And I went and I looked into it, and found some people, listened to their stuff. They were very sciencey. So that made me happy. And I was like, okay, I can do this. And went kind of keto, dirtyish keto, tabloidish keto, still had the seed oils and things in it, but still had really good results. Like started losing weight, felt
Right.
better. And of course I was doing the fat bombs and the bulletproof coffee and nut
Yep.
butters and all the things and so I ended up, just feeling really good and kind of starting to get off all the medications, and it all kind of progressed. And I was like, I'm going to start cleaning things up and I'm going to get some certifications because I really like this. And, yeah, so it kind of just progressed, through the years. And I found I know it's really weird. I found Maria Emmerich's community first, and then I found Dr. Barry's community in, oh dear Lord, what year was that? December of 2022-ish, December-ish.
Mhm.
And that the community itself, like I'd watched his videos, the crazy backwoods doctor from Tennessee. I'd watched
Yeah.
his stuff. But I joined his community in December and was like, I'm going to do this and I'm going to get some support because I'm interested in carnivore. And so joined the community and then did Nisha's BBB&E challenge in January 2023. And that snowballed the whole getting involved with, Dr. Barry's community. They were asking if they needed some more coaches. They asked if anybody might be possibly interested sometime. And I was like, well, I mean, I'm a certified ketogenic nutrition specialist. So I wouldn't mind it. And they were like, oh, we'll keep you in mind. And it wasn't until it was January of 2024 that they asked me to join the actual team as one of their coaches, one of their volunteer coaches, because they have 2 tiers of coaches.
Right. Oh, that's cool though. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. It's interesting.
So you, health benefit wise,
Mm-hmm.
from where you started to where you are now,
Yeah.
what are the benefits?
The benefits. Well, I am on this side of the dirt now.
Well,
And yeah,
that's true.
I'm still on this side of the dirt. So I don't know where I would be because I don't want to say a semi bedridden, but it's almost like being bed. You don't have the energy to actually get out of bed.
Right.
And the crushing fatigue that I had was to the point where sometimes I would lay on the couch and tears would be running down my face as I'm curled in a ball watching my husband get home from work, cook dinner, take care of the kids. That's gone. So the crushing fatigue is gone. I am exercising as much as what I can. I'm studying a lot right now. Usually I'm 5 days a week at the gym playing pickleball or lifting weights,
Mm.
and off depression meds. you know, I was able to get off of pain management. And I think that's probably the biggest thing that you can really say is if you've ever been on narcotics, like, and going through pain management, it is the most horrible experience because everybody looks at you like you're like a drug addict. And being able to get off of that because the pain is gone. Now, I will say it wasn't 100% keto. I also did some physical therapy too. But the weight loss that I had made me able to get through physical therapy.
Yep.
And the inflammation was down. My inflammatory markers were down. So, it was like this whole picture, able to get out of bed, able to take care of my kids. I went back to school and got my bachelor's in nursing and got certifications. Like the brain was working again. And yeah, so just a lot of things. I mean, and there's things every day that I realize like, oh man, I didn't used to be able to understand this complex information, and I'm able to understand it and actually retain it now. Like, wow, that's kind of cool. Yeah. So that's for that.
That's awesome. I know when I started with keto, I started, like I said, late September 2020.
Mm-hmm.
In 22 months, I had lost 100 pounds.
That's amazing.
And I didn't exercise at all to get there. And, people will say, well, exercise is good. You got to get to a point where you feel good.
And where you can.
Before you can do it. That's right. I mean, I was upwards of 300 pounds.
Yeah.
When I started. And it was like, and my sister Deb in the chat is the one that got me started. So I thank her all the time.
Deb.
But she, I didn't want to move, First, it was during COVID, so you couldn't go anywhere anyway. But it was just amazing. It was like the benefits are so outweigh, anything. Like people say how this is so not sustainable. And I'm like, because you're trying to read too much into it, you're making it too difficult, is the only reason that I can see that it wouldn't be sustainable. Keeping it simple is like, woo, it's so easy in that respect.
It is easy, I mean, I think it's easy. But I mean, there's things I miss. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna come up and be like, man, like I don't miss nothing. Let me tell you, I miss some sushi. I miss it. I'm not gonna lie. I miss those little raw, lovely rolls of raw fish. I like it. But nothing tastes as good as what healthy feels.
Right. I've heard that a lot. I've read it a lot. I've seen it a lot. I feel it a lot. Yeah. But there are things, I mean, you talk about things you miss. I told you backstage, I have a really bad sweet tooth. And there are things that I haven't had in 4.5 years. And just because I miss them doesn't mean I'm going to go get them. There are 3 donut shops in town. I have not been inside a door of any of them. Because boy, that would just put me.
Put you in. I will say I would
do it.
I walked by donuts. I used to love donuts too. And I will say that now when I walk past certain, it's not all bakery type stuff. Like bread still smells good to me, but there are certain bakery smells like the donuts and stuff like that kind of make me a little sick to my stomach. But the smell of bread still smells fantastic to me. That yeast smells good. Yeah.
Yeah. That was the other thing. It was sweet and breads. Breads. I could do without the rice and the pasta and the potatoes and all that stuff. But
I got replacements for those that are just as good.
I do too. Amy says, I'm doing great baking some pizzas while I'm listening. Yeah, you can bring me some, Amy. This is
Darth
Charlie.
Carnivore. I love that Darth Carnivore.
Yeah. Hi, Cindy and Bekah. And they're all saying hi. And I know Amy has a question down here for you.
Okay.
Dinner in and out. Oh, Sharon is from your channel. Oh yeah, I ate chocolate nut bark every single day. Now that sounds good to me too.
Well, I mean, like, if you're talking about like keto nut bark, yeah, there's some crazy recipes out there that we would chow down a lot on those things.
There are. And Miss Brenda Foley is here. Hello, Brenda. Trying not to miss anybody. So if I do, I am really sorry. Coach Roxana is here. Hello. She's
Hi,
checking in.
friend.
Another of Dr. Barry's wonderful coaches.
Yes, and she is, I want to brag on her because she just got her master coach from Primal Health Coach. So she will be sitting
Wow,
for board
awesome.
soon.
Yeah, I
Yes.
see her logo, Master Coach. Wow, very good.
Yeah, so proud of her.
Yep. And he said, isn't it funny how our siblings are influential on us getting healthy? Yeah.
Yeah, but guess
Amy's
what?
sister got her started.
Guess what? Mine didn't stick with it. And now I don't even want to get into it.
Oh, believe me, I get it. I have two sons that need to get started. They're in their 40s. And, you know, it's like a losing battle.
Oh.
Amy says, how expensive was it to get your Primal Health certifications? My dream is to be a health coach.
Okay, I do not remember what is it? Is it PhD health? I think is Nisha's code. It gives you a chunk off. It is not cheap. But I think her code gets you like $1,800 off.
Wow.
So I think I think they may have upped their prices too. But when I did it, it cost about 25-ish hundred to get it. It is the best. I say it's the best program out there. However, Tim Noakes's program over at the Nutrition Network is also really good, and the Society for Metabolic Health Practitioners also have a really good program. I like Primal because they also go into the business aspect of it, so you get to see that portion of it. It's worth, all of those programs are worth looking into, and those are the ones that I recommend the most. If you're a medical provider, go through Nutrition Network or Society of Metabolic Health Practitioners.
Very good. I know I am not a medical professional at all. You are. We're not giving any advice here.
No, I am not giving any medical advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. Be entertained.
That's right. That's right. Brenda said she loves sushi too.
I've considered seeing how I would do with it. It's been so long since I've had it, but I'm scared.
I never did like that, so I'd be good there. This is Karen from Low Carb Spin. Her and her sister Therese that are in their photo there, they are the most amazing girls, and they have some fantastic recipes out.
Nice. Are they on that channel? The Low Carb Spin
Low
channel?
Carb
Is that
Spin.
the recipes are on that channel?
Yep, that's their YouTube channel. Low Carb Spin. You saying about breads? They make some serious breads.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
My son, hi from Korea. Look at that.
They just wanted to say hi. Wow, love the channel and your work. Well, hello, Nicholas. Welcome from Korea.
Oh, from Korea. Like, that's awesome.
Yes. Jeff Foltz says, I still crave cinnamon rolls.
You know, I have tried to do Maria Emmerich's cinnamon rolls. I have tried. They just don't taste the same.
Mm-mm.
They just don't.
Now I made, it's been a while because it's a lot of work. Alicia from Keto Upgrade. She's a baker by trade.
Oh, cool.
She has, oh, I made her cinnamon roll recipe once. They were really good.
Just
Really.
involved. Okay. Well, I have done, if anybody's looking for crackers, Chris Cooking Nashville carnivore crackers. They are the freaking best thing ever.
Yes,
They are
I've made them.
amazing. They are real crackers. They are tasty. And I have to threaten my family within an inch of their life not to eat all my crackers because it takes forever. You have to bake them, then you have to pull them out, then you have to load them into the dehydrator, and then you have
Yep.
to dehydrate. And I want mine crunchy. So I'm putting them in there for 4 hours. There's not going to be an ounce of moisture left in those suckers.
They are so good. Have you tried his mashed potatoes?
I have, and it's good. It was good, not fantastic to me. It was good though. It really does taste like mashed potato. There was something with the texture that was just a tiny bit off for us. We have a family of texture eaters.
Right. I wound up getting to cook with him. My husband and I went to their house, and it was great. They're the best people.
I'm hoping that we'll get to do that when we move this summer. That coming up in the fall, we'll be able to get together and do some things. We've got
Where are you
plans.
moving to?
Fort Campbell, Kentucky.
Really?
Yes, so we will be an hour north of Nashville.
Nice. We are about 3 hours north of Nashville, maybe
Okay.
3.5. We're in Richmond, Kentucky.
Okay.
Xana saying hi to Evelyn. Amy said, I went into the Hershey store, Times Square, New York City, and almost got sick.
Isn't it weird? I used to look at things like, have you ever seen those things that come across your Facebook and it's like, look at this ice cream. And it's like where they've gone into like this fancy shop and it's got the ice cream in it. And then they've stuck all candies in it and they've taken something and put it like upside down and there's a donut sticking out and they've got all these things and it's like this big. That just the thought of that makes me want to vomit. Like now, it's like,
well, don't do that.
like just it's like the sugar overload. I can't even imagine.
It's crazy. I've been monitoring my ketones. It's 0.7 good.
It is still in nutritional ketosis.
Even 0.2 and 0.3, right?
I have heard
Close.
that they are
0.4.
thinking. I heard that they are thinking of changing the definition of nutritional ketosis to lower that threshold. Typically, when I went through CKNS training, it's all Phinney and Volek training, and they want you at 0.5. However, we're starting to see that people who are keto adapted and have been doing this for longer periods of time, they're getting to like, so he apparently has changed it to 0.3 and up. That's what Coach Roxana just said. When I learned it, it was 0.5. That's been like 5 years ago though. So it's been a hot minute. So,
wow.
but I did hear that they were going to lower that threshold. I would say that you're going to lose, you're going to feel better if you are between 0.5 and 2. And if you are having some neurological issues, you will find better healing between 2 and 3. But that's for people with neuro issues.
Right. Cookie Carter, hello from Barbados. Nice to be here.
Barbados.
Yes, it was glad to have you here. And Evelyn shared your channel.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, we do promote others' channels for sure. I make tamagoyaki when I miss sushi.
What is
Evelyn's another good cook.
I'm gonna have to look this. Evelyn, my email is Rebecca at whatisketo.com. I would love for you to send me that recipe. Just
somebody else just ask her what it was. I'd like that recipe, Evelyn.
Like,
a new member. See, Stacy, I thought you were already a member, but thank you, thank you.
I'm not quite monetized yet. My son is like already monetized. I'm like, dang it.
And there's Lisa asking her what it is. Try keto upgrades, the
I'm
cinnamon rolls. Yep.
yeah.
they're-
I wrote
they're
it
good.
down.
She's really
Yeah.
good. I can send it to you. It's mostly eggs, but Asian flavored and super yummy. Eggs are good.
It's
Well,
Friday.
Friday Night Peeps, we are here for you.
Happy Friday. I passed my
Yes.
exam today, so I'm happy.
Awesome. Nice. Now, Stacy, her husband just had
Go ahead.
surgery, back
Okay.
surgery.
Okay.
And instead of going to rehab, he's allowed to go home.
Sweet.
So that's good.
Yeah, Dennis is on here. I saw Dennis in the comments. Hey, Dennis, I made a 97.5 on my exam. Thank you.
Very good.
Thank you for your help.
And here's her. Dr. Stephen Finney says 0.3 and up. I'm trying to get caught up here. This is, and then we're going to get to your book. Duck food has no appeal to a long-term carnivore.
No, hey, Charger Mopar, me and you need to talk. Not about duck food.
This is James. Good evening. Strive for 1.5 for mental health.
Yep.
John, Colorado, watching on my Amazon show, just happened to cross. Did you advertise in the PhD community? I added my like, as you guys will have some good info.
I did not advertise in the PhD community because I completely forgot. That is my bad.
I did not either, but I did on my on my Facebook page. And if you subscribe to her YouTube channel, it was on there. And if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, it was on there. So there you go. Are you sure it's not sashimi?
No, I don't like sashimi. I know. I like it with the rice. I am going to see if I can find a really, really good sushi place where you can make it, ask for it to be made by hand, like where you do like special orders, and see if I can get somebody to make some without the rice. It won't be the same, but I will try eventually to find it. You just have to go to really expensive sushi places to do that.
Right.
Evelyn, it sounds like Evelyn does need a cooking channel.
I'm telling you. She's good. Now here's an interesting comment here. Neither one of you is skinny. Try Cole Robinson's snake diet.
You don't think I'm skinny?
I never claimed to be, nor would I ever go on a snake diet.
I don't know what a snake diet is.
Now I guess you're only eating snake.
Ew.
Yes. That one makes all kinds of things no one can pronounce.
Oh, thank
Lynn
you.
just subscribed to your channel. I want the recipe too. I would imagine she probably uses cauliflower rice instead of regular rice.
Probably.
That's awesome. You're welcome. I was a member, but I had to change my compromise card and forgot to change it on YouTube. Okay, well, thank you, Stacey.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry that happened. There's so many scammers in the world, they drive me crazy.
Right?
I thought I subscribed to Bekah's channel, but I just did, says Sean.
Thank you.
And Rick says, sure, let me know when. There you go.
Yep. I'll get my
Adrian,
people to it with you people. Adrian.
my favorite
Aw.
ladies. I've had her on too. It was good.
Well, Adrian was supposed to be on my channel, and it kept getting pushed. So we need to
Reschedule.
We need to reschedule that, Adrian. We got lots of things to talk about. Lots of things.
John, maybe that is why it popped up. I'm subscribed to Bekah. There you go.
Probably.
That's why. Sushi without rice is sashimi.
Yep, it is.
All right. We have sushi on our channel, Karen says. You got hers written down.
I sure did.
Dennis says, you are healthy. And
Thank
Adrian
you.
said, you are
like,
absolutely skinny.
I mean, I don't want to be skinny. I want to be
No.
buff.
Chris Cooking Nashville makes a carnivore rice. When we get together, we're going to have to make sushi and put it in bento.
Oh.
she's she's always coming
Bento
up with stuff.
boxes, carnivore bento boxes. I'm there.
All my family have fur, feathers, or scales.
That's fair.
Saying hi. Oh my gosh, if you still have this black lister, I'd love to come on. You know,
Oh my gosh, Adrian, I love you.
you are good. And this is Brian.
Yes,
So,
Nowicki.
yes, Brian is here. So we've touched a bit on your when you got started, where you are now, and that you worked with Dr. Barry, which is probably everybody's jealous of. But
he's just a dude. He'll tell you. He's like, I'm just a dude.
I know, like doctors and nurses are just chicks and dudes. I know.
Just chicks and dudes.
So, what brought your book about? This is if those of you that don't have this, this is really an awesome book.
So, number one, I don't know what. Like, I just started sitting down one day, and I play with Canva a lot, and I just started sitting there, and I was like, I'm going to make some stuff. I'm going to put some ideas to paper, and sort of just started putting pages together in Canva. And it turned out, I was like, it kind of just flowed into each other. I was like, oh, this kind of looks like it could be a book. And then I was like, what would be something that I needed in the beginning? If this was for somebody in the beginning, what would I tell somebody? What would I give somebody? And I was like, well, I want a tracker that was real and a tracker that had a very comprehensive symptom tracker. Because a lot of trackers have symptom trackers, but they're not super comprehensive. And the one that I did, I took from medical questionnaires for autoimmune issues. And so it just kind of morphed. And like I just got a whim one evening and just started putting it together instead of studying. That's what I did. I was in full procrastination mode. And yeah, so and I did it, and then I walked away from it for a few months. And then I picked it back up, and I was like, I'm gonna sit down and just put some effort in this and then finish it. And found London Lane Designs through Dr. Barry's community, and she was like, I'd be happy to help. And so I hired her as like an sort of an editor publisher and designer, and she helped me get it from a format that was not printable into a printable format.
Right.
So because doing things in Canva and self-publishing is not very good. You can get banned from Amazon for good if you do one thing wrong and they're like, you infringed somebody's copyright, they will ban you. So she helped me get it safe to where, and she was absolutely wonderful to work with at London Lane Designs.
Right.
But yeah, it was just really the book that I wish I would have had, the tracker I wish I would have had, the tools that I, wish I would have had. And I was like, I don't know if it'll sell. And if it doesn't, I don't care, because I'm super proud of it. And, I put it out to the world, and yeah, so now it's out there.
Well, I'm here to tell you, anybody in the chat who does not have her book, the Ketogenic Workbook, it is fantastic. She starts out with what is keto, and then talks about clean keto, net carbs and total carbs. I'm going page by page here.
Yeah.
ketogenic carnivore, and then carnivore, lion diet, ketovore. She talks about it all. What about exercise? Talks about sweeteners, what the names for sugar is, a grocery list for keto, macros, fasting. And then the biggest thing that I think people really need to understand and concentrate on is their why. Because that's what's going to keep them going.
Yeah.
And I've told people, when people talk about my why is my husband.
Yeah.
My health, yes, but my husband's health, because there's with the diabetes and the others, he's my why, and it will make me damn well cry,
Yeah.
It's like, that's it.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and mine's really like mine's so multifaceted. It keeps my why keeps morphing. Like why did I do this? Because I needed to be able to do my job as a wife and a mom, and I wasn't able to. So then when I kind of hit that why, and I was like, I've mastered that goal. Now what next? And then it got to be where I was like, well, I want to live longer than my parents did and make sure that I can prevent these diseases that they died of.
yeah.
And then it was for my kids, because they're both high functioning autism, and I don't want to die in my 50s and 60s and leave them alone,
Right. A
And
good, if I think, my opinion is, a good why is going to be the best motivator
yeah,
that you could ever have.
yeah,
It's like, otherwise, if you're just think, oh, I just need to lose weight, it's not good. You'll lose weight,
yeah.
but then you're going to be okay. And I can stop doing this now.
It,
No.
it cannot be your why for going on a diet. And I'm gonna say something that's gonna get me in trouble. With
Nah.
somebody out there. A good why for going on a diet that literally cuts out a third of the food groups has to be something that is more than just weight loss. It has to be life. It has to, your goal and your why has to be centered around your life or somebody else's life.
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody's goal should be for better health.
Yes.
First of all, because without that, you can't be there for the people that you love and the people that you want, that you're setting other goals for.
Yeah.
So that should be, I believe, everybody's forefront goal is better your own health so you can be there for the others.
Yep. And
you know
and there's a lot of times I'll like get frustrated with school and just be like, I'll see this because I'm in nurse practitioner school right now, and I just see what we're being taught is very allopathic Western medicine. And so there's a lot of answers that I have to grit my teeth and give the answer to, like a 7.0, like A1C is your goal for people. And like, you have to grit your teeth. And there's some days I look at my husband and I'm like, why am I doing this? He looks at me, he goes, because you want to help people. And he has to remind me of that sometimes, like, this is a means to an end, and I will get through it. Hopefully, God willing, and the water don't rise. But, it's like, but yeah, I still have to revisit my why. It needs to be something that you revisit on a daily basis, and it's got to be strong enough to get you over your strongest temptation or your strongest stressor. So.
Yep. This is the one I was talking about. This is Stacy's husband that just had back surgery.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
I'm friends. I think I'm friends with Stacy on Facebook. Am I friends with you, Stacy, on Facebook?
Probably.
I just her and her husband's name seems so familiar.
But she
And
was she was on the cover of Woman's World.
I
She
think
got up and spoke
I
at Dr.
am.
Barry and Dr. Westman's thing a
Mhm.
while, I don't know, a year or so ago. She got up and spoke.
I think I am friends with her. Did we meet through Maria Emmerich's community at one point in time? Maybe.
That Stacy, you'll have to answer.
Maybe she'll have to answer. I know we connected somehow.
Yeah. And Sean just everybody's telling Ken, glad you're home.
Yes.
And
Thank
Stacy
you.
just subscribed to your channel. Tammy said, I'm going to use your 90-day planner for the elimination challenge with Nisha in the PhD community.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm not sure
And
which
there's
statement
Evelyn putting your workbook up here.
Oh, thank you. I'm not quite sure which statement you're agreeing with. He was saying that he
Yeah,
agrees with me.
I
I don't know
can't
which
catch
one.
them as soon as they come in because I don't want to interrupt while you're talking either.
No, you're good.
All right, there's your workbook and there's your follow-up, the 3-month planner.
Companion. They are split into 3 because if not, you would have to pay like 50, $60 for one big gigantic one. And then yeah. Oh, the why. He said down in the chat, the why. Okay. I appreciate
Okay,
that.
yep. There's this life-changing. It has changed my life and my health. Yep.
Yep.
It's crazy. I have heard so
The
many
craziest
people's
stories.
stories on how it has benefited their health
Mhm.
just by changing how they're eating.
The
Even if it's
stories.
just, I mean, not even going all strict carnivore or carnivore, just keto itself.
Yep.
Because that's where I was. I was keto and I had gotten off of blood pressure medicines that I had been on for 50 years.
Oh my gosh.
I was pre-diabetic that went away within 3 months. You know, it was just so much. I felt energy, that just
The energy
without a
coming
doubt.
back I think is so profound.
Yeah, it was just crazy. My husband, he had to retire from his job of 30 years because he had fallen. And we both feel now that fall was as a result of his dystonia before he had his surgery and stuff. He was on a ladder and he fell 10 feet and broke his right heel, his left wrist, and his left ankle, and had to quit, had to retire early, and he got really depressed.
Yeah.
So he would sit out on our side stoop with our dog and just sit there for hours. And then when he decided to start keto, he's told people, he said within 2 weeks, he had his motivation back. He was wanting to do things that he always wanted to do or that he had always been doing. And, it was just a whole different thing. And he said it was like a big eye opener to him. He really didn't have weight to lose. He had diabetes to control.
Yeah.
So it didn't get crazy. But that was big. And he was like, wow, that really worked.
Yeah.
But yeah. Amen to that. I didn't want to lose any limbs from diabetes. I didn't want to die of a heart attack before I'm 60. I'm truly thankful for a PhD in this community. Yep. I say it's the best. PT said he was doing outstanding. Neurology team and hospitalist was very happy with his progress. We'll need some follow-up with urology.
Oh,
That's
fair.
awesome.
Oh, he was
So
great.
glad he's home, Stacy.
Yeah.
Tammy says, agreed. It just can't be weight loss. It's for something or someone greater than yourself. Yeah.
Agreed.
Keto has benefited my health tremendously, says Lisa. And Jeff has a question. What do you think about the keto breath meters?
So, gold standard is blood. I think breath is probably next. Urine is bottom of the barrel. You'll stop you will stop shedding byproducts in your urine within a month-ish. Enough like to actually be meaningful on a urine stick. They start getting really inaccurate around a month. Blood is going to be your most accurate. Um,
So
but
just
realize
click on my link for Keto Mojo. You'll save on the
keep
on
yeah
the
save
kit.
on save on the Keto Mojo kit. But let me
Mhm,
tell you something about Keto Mojo, how awesome that company is, and I'm just going to shout them out. I don't get
mhm.
paid for them. I do not have an affiliate account with them. But my Keto Mojo broke. I don't know if I dropped it. I can't remember what happened. Um, but the strips would shove all the way in. The little like something broke off on the inside. And I contacted them and they had me show them a video of what was going on. And they have a lifetime warranty, guys. So if something breaks, they will send you a new one or fix it.
Yeah,
Fantastic company.
yeah. I had Dorian Greenow on here one time on the live. He's super nice.
Yeah,
I got rid of 3 diabetic medications thanks to keto. That's
that's
awesome.
awesome. That's
But yeah,
awesome.
it's great. It's incredible. So your workbook in
Hmm.
itself has the beginnings of the planner
Yes, it
that
has a
is in
1 month planner. 1
that is
month.
in the 3-month planner.
Yep. 1 month
I'm
of it.
sitting here reading this now. Let me tell you, I'm sitting there reading this, and I get tired when I read. So I'm going through and I see the planner, and I say, "All right, let's see the other book." And it's the same thing.
It's
I'm like,
just
"Am I just
yeah,
rereading here?"
well, it's the
But
reason
it's
I did
great.
that is because yeah, it's super thick and some people like 3 months of planning and
Mhm.
I was like nobody wants to pay $20 a month. So, for a couple dollars more you get 3.
Oh no, I thought it was
So,
great. It was like, but I'm just like I said, I get tired when I read sometimes, and I'm like, okay, did I just reread the same? It was good, but it's really great. I really, really enjoy it.
yeah, Rock and Chemo Amy, it is absolutely on Amazon. It's the only place it is on.
Where'd she go? I need to recommend your book to the beginners in my group. Is it on Amazon? There you go.
It is.
Keto Mojo is a great company, has replaced mine also. Yeah. Hello, Brian. Welcome. And
Who's
Brett.
over?
Wow. Hello,
Brett
ladies. Good
Weiner.
evening. Carnivores. Well, I'll take that. You can say good evening to me too, even though I'm not a carnivore.
There's a few carnivores in the yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. I have a lot of them come on here. Need to recommend your book to the beginners. Yep. I never have time to read. You got to take time, Rick, for sure. It's the Ketogenic Workbook, Planning for Success by Rebecca Bavry, RN,
Yep.
CPHC, CKNS.
Yep.
That's it. I'm telling you, I'm reading right off of it. Yep. And then the Ketogenic Companion 3-month planner
Yep.
is the other one.
If you look up my name just on Amazon or put Rebecca Bavry Keto, it'll bring up both the companion, the workbook, and then it will bring up 2 magazines that oh look, sorry about that. Oops. Yay! So it'll bring up 2 magazines that I have articles in about keto.
Nice.
And so yeah, so it's like from like Fat to Fit and it's the English version and then it's the La Guia Keto and it's in Spanish. So
Interesting.
yeah, I don't know if you've heard of Tati Keto,
Mm-mm.
Dr. Tatiana Ramos. Um so she has a magazine that she does and she had me write an article and she published it in both English and Spanish.
Nice. Sean, so I've been getting that book for my sisters. I've been trying to get them on PhD. They keep getting started, but then fall off for some reason or another.
And they have to get in a community. They have to. No ifs, no ands, no buts. A community. I don't care whose community. I don't care if it's Dr. Barry's. I don't care if it's Dr. Kilt's. I don't care if it's Bella. I don't care. I want you in a community where you can have support and you can go in there and be like, I don't want to fall off the wagon and I'm just looking at that donut. Help me. If like you need that support, you need community and you need friends.
Yep. Rick is too busy chasing ducks. That's right, Brett.
That's funny.
I just posted this.
Perfect.
Just posted both book links. Thank you so much. Rick, you could read to that kitty of yours. They love being read to. Sean, they aren't sick and tired enough yet. That's it.
Maybe.
We have two other sisters there's four of us sisters. When Debbie started keto, she started in June of 2020 with her daughter, who was just diagnosed with fatty liver disease. So Debbie researched different diets and she found keto. She told her daughter, she said, you do this, I'll do it with you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then she inundated the sister chat with all this stuff and Dr. Barry videos and all this stuff. 3 months later is when I started. And I told my husband, I'm just going to shut her up because she wasn't going to stop.
I love it.
The community makes it so much easier. You're right. You're so right. Community is critical. Absolutely. Yep. And I mean, proper human spectrum is the whole ketogenic spectrum.
Yes. And we need to be nice.
Huge to remember.
We need to be nice to each other, people. The keto people are doing it right. The ketovore people are doing it right. The carnivore people are doing it right because they have literally eliminated processed junk. I'm going to say something probably is going to make somebody mad. The vegans have taken a step in the right direction and usually have eliminated all processed foods and are eating at least whole foods. Now, granted, they need the protein, but still, they're still doing something right compared to the standard American diet. Mm-hmm. We need to be nice and get along with each other.
Yep. The world is crazy enough without people getting on each other for the way they eat.
Yes.
Yeah, my oldest sister has MS and diabetes. She turns 60 in June. She needs a walker to walk.
I hear this and this absolutely just breaks my heart. Send her, if you can nudge her in the right direction, I'd say send her some videos from Dr. Anthony Chafee. They've seen some really great things in their practice over there where they've seen MS plaques, like the lesions in the brain reverse. Plaques is the wrong term. It's lesions. So they've seen the lesions like reverse. And that is just, like astounding because there's no treatment that does that. There's none. The goal of MS treatment is literally halting progression. How slow can we make it? And we have options that can turn it. I say can because I'm not going to say it will happen in 100% of people.
Right. I mean, everybody reacts differently to everything.
Yeah, but you have it's better than the immunologics that they pump into you that literally can cause cancer. Why, if you've done everything else, try your diet. Try your diet.
Yeah, it's that he's trying. He's been trying. It says she can't stay with it yet. It will help tremendously, as we all know. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so amazing. And, regardless of who started the whole thing, I know Dr. Barry's huge in the community, but so is Dr. Westman and Dr. Chafee and Dr. Kiltz and all these, Dr. Hampton.
Honestly, Finney and Volek are the real pioneers of our modern day. Dr. Atkins is the real founder of all of this, guys. And he is who trained a lot of, like Dr. Westman. he knew Dr. Atkins and like trained him. And that's, we have a clinic at Duke now by Westman who that's what they do. They use therapeutic keto carbohydrate restriction, and those are the real pioneers. Those are the real people. I love that. Like,
That's
love what
awesome.
they've done. Yeah.
Yep. Having a true understanding of what being in ketosis means helped me a
Mhm.
lot in the beginning. Why eat something off menu and go back to sugar burning, then struggle to get back into ketosis?
Yeah. Yeah. Being a predominantly fat burner is really nice, good, sweet spot to be. Being able to switch back and forth is optimal. Like being able to have that metabolic flexibility, because your muscles are burning simultaneously right now. Everybody that's in a ketogenic diet, whether you're in ketosis or not, you're simultaneously burning fat and glucose at the same time. It just depends on what's in the muscle to use as fuel and what's in the bloodstream to use as fuel. And, I just think that being able to switch efficiently between the two, because you're going to get kicked out if you eat a really big giant thing of protein, and it's okay for you to be
Mhm.
kicked out for a couple hours. It's not going to kill anybody. But that's what you want to be able to do, and fat be your preferred fuel.
Yep. Oh, that's, by the way, Fat to
Oh,
Fit magazines. She posted
thank
that
you.
link too.
Thank you. Tati will be
Thank you,
happy.
Evelyn.
Yeah.
And Coach Roxanne, change is scary. A good coach can help clients find the strength within themselves for
For
lasting
lasting.
change.
Yep. Agreed.
I love the fact that Dr. Westman took over for Dr. Atkins. I got to meet him on a low carb cruise in 22.
Nice.
Yeah, I've actually reached out to Dr. Westman. I've had Dr. Ovadia on, I've had Dr. Hampton on. And I've reached out to Dr. Barry, and I know they are crazy busy.
I think the last time I heard anything about Dr. Barry was that he was booked through he's booked.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Oh, I know. I keep getting messages. He's booked. He's booked.
yeah, he
Like,
is.
okay.
He's in high demand. He's in high demand for other things too. It's not just, it's not just keto and carnivore channels. He's had some people on there on his channel, like politicians and stuff too. So,
Mm-hmm.
and stuff in agriculture on his ag channel. So,
Yep.
a sardine fest.
No way.
If you like them, you do your thing.
Thank you. Thank you. I got another one in my corner. Thank you. And Sean was corrected by his wife. It was in 23 on the low carb cruise that we met
I
Dr.
was on the
Westman.
low carb cruise in 24, and I was sad that Westman wasn't on it. But it was a good group of people. I got to meet Dr. Tro and a bunch of other people, but Dr. Tro was like the best one.
Nice. Karen Harrington is here. Well, hello, ladies.
Hi.
this,
Sardines.
this is
Ooh, that is
every
cat food.
live stream. No, every live stream I have. I told you I do one every Wednesday with my husband. It does not matter what we are talking about. Somebody brings up sardines, and Lisa loves them. This is why she's doing that.
I swear it's cat food. Sorry.
Oh, saying that was record time for the sardines mentioned. Yeah, it took the longest yet.
That's funny.
Oh man, yeah. And Sean said it wasn't me that stated it this time. Yeah, it was somebody from Bekah's channel. Had no idea how that goes down on ours.
Me and Dennis have been trying to get his ketones up, and we finally got his ketones up. And then lately, all of a sudden, his ketones are like poo-pooing him. So we've been talking about doing a fat fast. So
I can do a 7-day egg fast, but don't put a daggone sardine in front of me because that ain't gonna work.
I will starve myself if it's just sardines.
Steph says Dr. Hampton, her doctor, is so very nice. He really is.
He is. And him and his wife were also on the low carb cruise, and they are such a sweet couple. They really
Yeah, I
are.
got to meet them at Keto Palooza 23.
Okay.
They were both there. And it was right before that he came live on our lives, on our Friday Night Live. He was awesome. Dr. Ovadia is very, very nice too. And then I got to meet him at Hack Your Health last year.
No.
Try kippers or herring.
Nope.
I'm good.
I'm good. Now, yeah, so Dr. Hampton is, I didn't talk about this. So I'm also with Healing Humanity. I don't have my shirt on. Usually I do an interview and I have Healing Humanity on, but it's in the laundry. Yeah, so Dr. Hampton is highly involved with Healing Humanity too. That's the documentary, healinghumanity.movie, if anybody's wondering. So we're almost done. And
That's good.
There may be a new trailer coming out soon. Maybe.
Sean says you haven't done the bleh yet, Cindy. Now I have.
Now she has.
About those things. Dr. Boz got me to eat sardines at KPO. No.
Dr. Boz is just fine. Dr.
She
Boz
can
is
have
just
them.
fine. But she can have them. I've seen Dr. Lisa Wiedemann sit there and do hers. Nope. It's all you, girl. All you.
Steph said it wasn't horrible. Or cod liver. No.
I take cod liver pills. I'll keep it at that.
I could do pills.
I got the cod liver oil. 3-day
Did
sardine
a 3-day sardine challenge with Adrian. It wasn't too bad. You're truly hungry if you actually want to eat sardines. I could do a 3-day fast. No problem. But nope.
I'm on your side. I'm on your side. So
No way. I have done one time I did a 7-day egg fast. And then the following week I did a 7-day keto chow. Nothing but I had made waffles with it for morning. I did shakes and then ice cream at night. Another big keto chow. That was great.
Oh, thank you for putting that up.
Thank you. Sorry, but sardines are delicious. No.
I'm going to tell on you, Dennis. So Dennis just texted me and he was like, I thought Jacob did the laundry. That's my son yesterday. He did, but first I can't find my shirt. I don't know where it is. Like half of my clothes are missing.
Maybe he kept it for himself.
I think that they may have ended up in my daughter's clothes. So I got to go raid some drawers and see if my daughter, like me and my daughter are about the same size. So I got to go see if they all ended up in her wardrobe.
It's okay. You've got a nice shirt on now, so it's all right.
Yeah, it's good.
It's okay.
So
that's funny. So you've got your books, and I'm sure they're quite successful. If not, we're going to push them. I will put the links to all of your stuff.
Okay.
If you can send me the links,
I can do that.
Just in case I can't find them, I'll put them in the description of the video.
Yep.
So anybody watches after this, watches the replay, we'll have them.
Yep.
Anything, the Healing Humanity YouTube thing, I'll put that in there. So yeah.
Awesome.
That will all be in there.
I appreciate it. This has been
and wherever else they can find you. I know you're on Facebook.
Yeah, and it's always my name. There is no other me.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God. The world can't handle a second one. But like Rebecca Bavry. I am the only Rebecca Bavry out there. If you find another one, it's probably somebody spamming or stealing my identity because it's whole big long thing on the last name. There's only one family of Bavrys. They're all connected. If you see that name, they're all related.
Lynn says, I just looked up kippers to see what they look like. Several pictures had the
Oh.
tails on them. Nope, nope, nope.
That's so gross.
It is. And Dennis is laughing at us, at both of us. That's not even right. Did the 8-day egg challenge put you off eggs for a while? Any digestive issues? I think I could do an egg challenge. I did a 7-day egg fast, and no, I never tired of eggs because I love them. And you can do so much with them between egg loaves, hard boiled eggs, egg salad, there's just so many ways you can eat them.
Yep.
Egg loaf is really, my husband, he doesn't do these crazy things with me, but he liked the egg loaf, and but like if I'm doing an egg challenge, yeah, an egg fast, he's still eating bacon and whatever, and that's fine. But yeah, I just love it. It's like I could, but no, I never tired of it.
I have not done the egg and the coffee thing yet, Roxanne. I still haven't. Me and her have talked about this so many times. I still have not gotten brave enough to do it. And
I
she
don't
likes
drink
now
coffee.
she likes the egg. She likes the egg pudding. I do
Mhm.
not. Listen, I've tried. I've tried the flavors of Maria Emmerich's like egg pudding. I've done the things. I just can't get over. I can't get over it. Like I can still. It tastes like chocolate hard boiled eggs. So I just
That's what I figured. I've never made egg pudding.
The other
I've
people,
never.
no, but other people can't taste it. I can absolutely
Mhm.
taste it, and it absolutely just tastes like boiled eggs with chocolate powder in it.
That's what I'm afraid of because I've seen it so many times. And then Two Crazy Ketos, they make an egg pudding with soft scrambled eggs.
I've seen people do it with that too. It's still eggy, and
Mhm.
sweet eggs are not my thing.
And see, now I love eggs, but I not like that.
Now, see, she put
This is
Coach Roxanne said she put keto chow in it. Now, maybe if I put keto chow in it, maybe,
without, yeah,
yeah,
without
maybe,
the chocolate or whatever. I
yeah.
Now what have I done? I've done, I think it was steak and butter gals, egg. Was it pudding?
It looks like egg pudding, but it's savory. It's not. It doesn't
Right,
have
right. And
sweetness.
she does it in the Instant Pot
It's
or
it's a
something. Or
Chinese. It's a Chinese thing. It's like
that,
a
I've
Chinese
done that.
comfort food.
That's good.
Is it? I've wanted to try it, and I have not done that.
But
That
what
I
she
would
was saying,
try.
egg and coffee. I don't drink coffee at all. What about just doing egg yolks with lots of butter? I,
I mean,
you know,
that'd be a good fast too. A fat fast is a fat fast is a fat fast. Whether you're doing it with egg yolks and butter, or whether you're doing it with just butter, whether you're doing it with coconut oil, whether you're shooting MCT oil. I don't recommend that because you'll have the poops. But you could, but it'll clean if you're constipated. That will clean you out. But 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 yeah, like the goal is to not spike insulin, right? If you don't spike insulin and you don't spike glucose, then your body will burn fat more efficiently, and it'll
right.
so
Now that what Dennis said about the egg yolks with butter, I cook my eggs in butter, but I
I do
don't just
I do
do the yolks. So I've got the best of everything.
yeah, scrambled, yeah, I'd say
That's why I
scrambled.
find it really hard to get full just eating eggs. I can eat hard boiled eggs until my eyes pop out. I still don't get full. Now the thing is that the only problem I have with an egg fast is that you cannot get enough protein in.
No.
I don't care how hard you try and how many eggs you eat.
No,
And
if you're doing it for protein, then I would so you need to choose whether you're doing a protein fast or whether you're doing a fat fast. Because there's two completely different goals there.
Mhm.
The fat fast is really about insulin and ketones. It's about making sure that you're keeping your insulin down so your ketones will pop up. Protein fast is about burning your own fat. And that should only be done max 2 days in a row. I'd prefer people to not do it consecutive days. Max 2 days a week. Really. You might be able to push it to 3 days a week, but you're dropping to such like a caloric deficit and you are starving the entire time. Some people will come and rebound eat off of those days.
Mhm.
So you have to be able to moderate your eating. And people just binge and will eat and eat and eat the day after. So it's kind of hard.
Well, I said the next time I do an egg fast, it's going to be with a either an Equip shake or a keto chow shake
Added to get the
for
protein.
added protein. Yep, because that was just not enough there.
Yeah.
If the coffee's
Yeah.
too hot, you get scrambled.
In your coffee. And coffee flavored eggs. Nope.
I did egg pudding with keto chow. Yep, that sounds good. Just subscribed. Amy did.
Yep.
Take 2 tablespoons of butter in a tall 30-ounce mug. Put in about a cup of coffee with homogenized.
It'll
Homogenize it. Then slowly pour in 1 egg till you get about 3 cups of.
Nope.
Y'all can have that too, because
You can have that.
coffee, yuck. Salt to taste.
We have a question.
Becca, did this health journey make you want to become a nurse, or were you always a nurse?
Fun fact, I started out, now I was a nurse before I started keto, but my original degree, I have a bachelor's of fine arts. And then I met my husband my last year of college and and he's in the Army. So it rendered the 6 years that I paid for Marshall University moot because it's music and it's a performance degree and the Army makes you move every 3 years. So I was a stay-at-home mom. And then I was like, my kids went to school and I was like, I'm tired of being a stay-at-home mom. So I went to nursing school, thought it would be fun. Decided did well. And then we moved and my parents got sick and they moved in with us. I didn't go back to work until my mom passed away in 2019. And that's when I went back to work as a nurse and then worked for a few years. Got my bachelor's in there. And then it was Dr. Barry that kind of gave me the poke I needed to become a nurse practitioner. So I started that process in 2023.
Very good. That's awesome. I have my doctor is an APRN. I just love her.
You like her?
She's not keto or anything. She's so funny because she knows how I eat and she doesn't ever question it.
Mm.
When I get my blood work back, she looks at it. She looks at and she says, "Yours is better than mine." I said, "What does that tell you?" So it's funny. She's great though. John says the coffee that ruins the coffee and egg thing for Cindy. She'll take a coffee and egg, hold the coffee. Yep. Today, my husband and I were out and we went to a restaurant. It's called Better Burgers and More. It's a very small restaurant here in Richmond. And I got 4 eggs scrambled with cheese and a side of bacon, and I'm done. It was good. The egg pudding tasted like chocolate hard-boiled eggs. I sure wouldn't be eating it. I don't taste any eggs. I love it. She makes it.
I can't do it, I just
Roxana says 5 extra large eggs per day provide all essential amino acids in a sufficient amount. It probably does, but it doesn't provide enough protein.
Not enough to build muscle. It probably is enough to keep you from breaking down muscle.
Mhm.
But if you want to build muscle, you have to have a surplus.
Oh, just to stay where you don't want to eat all day long.
Well, that's me too.
Yeah. I do PSMF from 1 to 3 days a week, alternating days depending on my needs.
Yeah, I know a lot of people do it.
I've made egg pudding before. James and I like it. That's awesome.
I'm glad people like it.
I have not tried it.
So-
I tried the scrambled egg one and I did not like it. It was just no.
Yeah.
So my sister would like to know which instrument did you study?
Did I study? So in the beginning, was a double major in both voice and alto saxophone. And then when I transferred to Marshall University, I dropped alto saxophone because they focused more on jazz, and I sucked at jazz. I still suck at jazz. And so I just got a performance degree in vocal music performance.
Nice. She plays a violin.
I wish I could. My son played for a little while, and I'm very sad that he stopped.
Mm. She had, when I turned, I think 60, we were still living in New Hampshire, and all 3 of my sisters came out for my birthday. And she had recorded Happy Birthday, her playing it on, and played it for us at the table.
Nice.
It was neat. Okay. Hello, Kay. How are you? My God, you had me at music degree. What is your instrument? There you go.
I see.
Because Amy sings in her church choir. She plays the piano, and I don't know what else she does.
If you look around on my channel, Amy, you might find there are some videos up, I think, of me playing the piano and singing.
I wanted to go for piano performance, but ended up going for information technology.
You did. I'm just going to say this. If you are looking at a performance degree, turn away from it. Get a real job and do piano as your hobby, because getting a degree in an instrument or in music for performance will make you dislike your instrument for at least a little while.
She is an IT tech.
Yeah.
She is. She's really good.
But this is just for like people, if people see this and they're like, oh,
Right.
I want to music perform. No, you don't. You do not need it to perform. 90% of the people that perform on stage have not taken music lessons.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sherry says, I am home. Thanks for giving me a great live for my drive. Well, thank you, Sherry. And Amy says, I also sing in the South Bend Symphonic Choir. We travel, have sung at Carnegie Hall twice.
I miss choir. I think that's probably the biggest thing that I miss is choir. I do sing at church, but yeah, it's just I miss singing in a group, blending with other people.
Yes, I had to say that to dancing. It was not going to pay the bills.
It's great as a hobby and for fun. Just and you'll still love it if you keep it as a hobby.
I did choir also. Choir too. Choir choir.
Choir too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. Choir, I miss it. In junior high and
high school and high school. Awesome.
Yeah.
So it's been an hour and 20 minutes.
I know.
I know it's
You've got some of the best engagement with your people in your chats. I love it.
mhm. Yeah. I try to keep it as laid back as possible. Now, I
Yeah.
had Michelle Ross Hall on, and when we got off, she said, "That was the best live I've ever been on."
It
It
is.
was
This is good because people are engaged and they're chatting and they're having fun,
great.
so I like that.
That's the plan.
Find a local,
I want them to keep coming back, you know.
well, yeah. I would like to try to find a local community choir when I'm done with school, when I have time. Um, but yeah, I think maybe, maybe we'll see.
Mhm. I'm great at playing air drums and air guitars. Just Sean, you're a nut. Andy says, "Sorry I had to leave. I'll watch it replay." Okay, Andy. Thank you. Your lives always fly by. We always have fun. I have a degree in theater. I perform less now with a degree than I did without.
See,
Mhm. Most of us have not met, but we truly love each other. That's
that's
so true.
awesome. You guys need to have a Cindy's channel friends meetup, and guys, if just everybody fly into Kentucky.
Oh, let me tell you, I have invited so many people to my house. I don't care. I did have a meetup at my house once,
That'd be fun.
and it was fun. You know, there were probably 13 people here. Several of them were family members, but others were other people from in the community that one
Came
is
out.
no longer with us. She passed away of cancer.
Oh,
Um, but nobody that's in the chat here. But I have met Amy, I've met Lynn, I've met Lisa, Evelyn, Sean, Andy, Carl, all from local meetups.
that's awesome.
Sherry lives down Arizona. I have not met her, but I want to go and meet her. Who else is here? I mean, I'm going to the local meetups because they're more intimate than a big gathering, and you
Yeah.
get to meet people, you know. And I've gone to Keto Palooza, I've gone to KetoCon, I've gone to Hack Your Health, I've met Dr. Barry, I've met Dr. Avedi, I've met Dr. Chafee, I've met Dr. Hampton, all of them, and that's great. You know, getting a picture taken with Dr. Barry was probably the highlight of the trips. But yes, my sister was funny. Her and I went to Keto Palooza for the first time in 2022. And she says, "We're going to get Dr. Barry in between us and get our picture taken." I said, okay. So we did. And he was so nice. He's been great. You know, he's really great. We walked away and she's like, "He was rubbing my arm." It was so funny. We had a ball. We just had a blast. But yeah,
You
it's
don't
fun.
realize how big you don't realize how big he is until you meet him in person.
Oh yeah. Well, him and Dr. Baker, Dr.
Oh, Dr.
Chafee, they're all
Chafee.
like 6'5".
Well, I think Dr. Barry's 6'3". I think Chafee said he was 6'4", and I think Baker's 6'5". But they're
Yeah.
all right there. And if you ever
I
meet
hear.
Nisha, you probably met Nisha then.
Yeah,
Nisha is
she's
only like
little.
5'2".
Yeah.
Yeah.
At Hack Your Health, we got our picture taken with her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah,
They are
it
all
was great.
tall.
It was a lot of
It's
fun.
funny because Nisha's personality is so big that you think she's taller, and then when you meet her, you realize she's very petite. Ben Azadi is
Very
really
tiny.
tall. Somebody said that. Yes.
Yep, he is.
Oh, oh my gosh. Yes. He is so tall.
Yep. And I mean,
I mean, he's
we
not
had,
as tall as the other as like Baker, but like the way he looks in videos, he's very long and lean.
Dr. Baker is a beast.
Yeah, I like he was in my picture with him at Hack Your Health. Like like KetoCon. It was KetoCon at the time. He was
Yeah.
leaning over, and so I barely came up to his shoulder when he was leaning over. So I'm like,
Hmm.
I don't come up to his shoulders. Somebody else said, they were like, I thought you were taller. I was like, no. Um, we're all of our family are like,
How tall are you?
I'm just under 5'3".
As I'm just under 5'4", so there's not too much difference there. We went to KetoCon the year before it turned to Hack Your Health. There was my sister, myself, our niece, and my husband.
Yeah. You might have
So we
been there
all got
when
our,
I was there.
yeah,
Was that
probably,
2023?
yeah.
Yeah, I was there.
And that, well, we got our picture taken with Dr. Baker. He was in the middle. His wingspan is like crazy. He had no problem reaching around two people on both sides. It was funny, but
Yeah.
it was a lot of fun. It was great. But my husband, I got to tell you this. My husband, he is awesome. He went up to Dr. Baker. He says, "I have a question for you," and he was really serious.
Uh-oh.
He says, "Oh," but he started it out saying, "You work out, right?" I had to apologize for my husband. I said, "I'm sorry." I forget what the heck the question was. That wasn't it. But there was something after that.
Had to walk
I
away.
was like, what did you just say to him? He works out like a beast. It's like,
That's
and
hilarious.
I honestly, right now, I forget what he actually did ask him after that. But with Dr. Barry, my husband went with us to Keto Palooza 23. He didn't go this past year, and they're not having one this year.
I know. I was very disappointed, but I can understand.
Yeah, it was tough. But he went to Dr. Barry and he asked him a question about his type 1 diabetes because he gets these highs like 200s that just linger.
Yeah.
And Brian kept saying, "What am I doing wrong?" Because he's doing everything. Dr. Barry told him, "It's the nature of the beast with this type 1 diabetic. You're going to get the highs and they're going to be unexplainable because he could sit down and eat a steak. And the next thing you know, his sugars are up to 200.
Yeah.
He said, "It's not you. It's just that crazy, crappy fact that you're a type 1."
Yeah, because everything else is working. Like the
Mhm,
beta cells are just not working, but the alpha cells are working, your liver's working,
mhm.
and that signaling is there, but the beta cell signaling is not there. So, yeah, if anybody who like wants to like learn about a little bit, she goes into it a little bit on my channel, but Nayiri Masisian was on yesterday and she talked about type 1 diabetes, and it was just really good to hear her talk about it because
Mhm.
it really is the stepchild of keto and carnivore, and we don't talk about it enough. We need to talk about it more. And, you know, and I was like, I want to learn from you because one day I may be treating type 1 diabetes, and I want to tell them that there is the option of going low carb because
Oh,
endocrinology will tell you don't, that it's dangerous. Don't do it. And
oh,
it was just beautiful talking to her about it. And I think we're going to do it again. I think I'm going to be on her channel next time. But she's
yeah.
fantastic. Learning, she's at lowcarbandfasting.com. Absolutely wonderful human being out of the United
Mhm.
Kingdom. And she's a ketogenic coach. And she about 40% of the people she coaches is they're all type 1. So
Yeah, it's just impressive. I mean, sad that the community lost Dr. Bernstein.
oh, I know.
Passed away a few days last week,
Yeah.
but he did such amazing work
Yep.
that I think I had gotten his book,
Hmm.
Diabetic Solutions, and
Hmm.
I got it for my husband to read.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't want to do it. He didn't want to read it. So I got it and I'm opening up and I'm just starting to read it. And I find something that I thought my husband would be interested in hearing. So I'd read it out loud. And the one thing that hit even me, and this was, I think, what got my husband that extra push to start keto,
Hmm.
because there's a spot in the book that says whether you are diabetic or not, the more insulin you have to inject or your pancreas has to release, the more damage you're doing to all of your organs in your body.
Yeah.
So, that was an eye opener for me as well, but my husband, I think that was that final push to get him to say, okay, I'm going to do this with you.
Yeah.
Because he had already, he was diagnosed at the age of 2. He's 63 years old. So he's been dealing 61 years as type 1. But to hear that, it was like a real eye opener for him, because he's been on a pump now for a while, and he thought he was invincible being on an insulin pump now. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
But hearing that you can overdo it no matter what, even though you're keeping it at bay through your pump, if you have to put that many carbs in, you're putting that much insulin in, that's what you're going to do to your organs. So, and where he's been diabetic for so long, he has had damage done to his kidneys. He's had laser surgeries on his eyes. He has some numbness in his digits. He picks things up kind of weird, but he can do it. But he's come such a long way, and I thank God every day, because like I said, he's my why.
Yep. I love it.
So I'll go through some more of this chat real quick, and then I'm gonna call it a night. Well, gang, it's been fun. It's bedtime for me. I'm an early to rise kind of gal. Nighty night. Good night, Lisa.
Good night.
And Steph said you met her.
Or I think they're talking to you. You met her.
Oh, I know. Yes, I definitely met Steph. I'm sorry. I was trying to look into who was in the chat still, and I met these young ladies, Karen and Therese. Cindy and her sister Deb are the best, loveliest ladies you'll ever meet. Well, thank you, Karen. We had met them at Hack Your Health, talked them into going, and then we talked them into going to Keto Palooza 2024. And it was great, but we just clicked. The 4 of us, we got along so well.
Yeah.
It was fun. Cindy, where are you located? Roughly, because I travel a lot. Roughly, Richmond, Kentucky. You get off the exit where I live, Buc-ee's is right there.
I've never been to a Buc-ee's.
Oh no, you're missing out.
I've heard I'm missing out.
Well, when you move down this way,
I'll have to go find a Buc-ee's.
You have to go to Buc-ee's. There's a couple right inside Tennessee going towards Chris and Ash's house. There's one there, and there's one, like I said, 5 minutes from me. We don't go often because we were there all the time.
Yeah.
All tall dudes. Yes, they are. Yes, you're correct on all of those, Becca.
Oh, I got them right.
And Debbie's thanking Karen. I was shocked at how tall Bean Azadi is.
Bean. He says Ben later. He corrects himself.
Yeah, I saw that. Because I fall in the middle of them.
Yeah, Dennis is really tall. He's also a very about a 6'4"-ish dude.
I have my 2 sons are about 6 foot. My grandson,
my son was
youngest. Let me tell you, my youngest grandson is 16. He plays baseball. He is 6'2", and they said by the time he's done, he'll be about 6 foot. Tall, skinny, terrific baseball player. All the doctors are all larger than life. Now, I got to tell you, Karen and Therese are about 5 foot. We made sure they got a picture with Dr. Baker. That was
I don't know if I can pull mine up fast enough. So
that was great.
I don't know if
it was great.
Pull it up fast enough.
Kay says, I got you all beat at 4'10" and shrinking.
4'10" and shrinking.
Well, hello, Cynthia, Miss Simpson Johns. Thank you for joining us.
Okay, so there's KetoCon.
Brian is hilarious. He is. It's crazy.
I don't know if I can get it to where you can see.
Oh, you can tell the difference.
There's like
You
two
come to his
heads.
shoulder.
There's almost two heads. Laying.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. Cindy. Hello, Dustin. Everybody saying hi to Dustin. And Dr. Bernstein is how I got started. Yeah.
Mm. It was a sad day to lose him, but he was very elderly.
He was 90, but he was still practicing. That's what blows my mind.
Hey,
And doing Zoom meetings.
that's awesome.
It's just like, in fact, I had told you backstage, Paul Madow, the professional beach volleyball player,
Yeah.
is a type 1 diabetic. He was working the program with Dr. Bernstein and getting his A1C. His A1C, Paul's does, stays around 4.9 as a
Dang.
type 1. Yeah. And that's from following Dr. Bernstein's regimen.
Protocol.
It was
Nice.
just amazing. Keto is safer for type 1 diabetics because less insulin means fewer hypoglycemic events. Gary Taub said the only reason for hypoglycemia is overdosing insulin. I didn't believe it at first, but he's correct. Living with a type 1 diabetic, Brian doesn't have to overdose his insulin to go low. He just has to not eat. But then his pump is in. But his pump will stop automatically. It'll shut off if he goes low. So it's still not injecting insulin. So I don't know, and you probably know more than I do. She said her son is a type 1 diabetic. So
her son, yeah.
It's a tough thing, and like everybody else, everybody reacts differently. Now I've had a lot of type 1s in here. When I talk about chalk zero, we can't eat that. Brian shouldn't eat that. Brian is not bothered by some of it.
Mm-hmm.
Some he is, some he isn't. And it's just crazy.
It's a whole other ball game.
Yeah,
type 1 is a whole other beast.
it is. And it is a beast. I didn't realize you had me all these peoples. That is great, Cindy. Oh, had met, I bet she said. All these peoples. Yes. I'm the same, Kay. That's
He's
hilarious.
laughing at my picture.
I'll tell you, it was funny, even with the 5 of us. And Dr. Barry's like this, and there's 2 in between. And we're all about his height. I mean, Debbie is probably the tallest of the 4 of us. And she's about 5'7". So you still got 8 inches to Dr. Baker's. It was crazy. I couldn't find that picture if I wanted to. Getting Chandra's lunch is ready for the weekend. Well, you have fun with that.
Yep.
Basically, too much insulin for whatever activity or lack of food.
Yep.
Yeah. Ribeye, boiled eggs, and electrolytes. What nurses crave. Yeah, Dustin's wife is a nurse. Know me. Yes, I got it. I figured it out.
Let me tell you, it's a good husband that is making ribeyes for his wife, so that she can
her lunches for the weekend.
On her shifts.
Yep. He does. From what I understand, he does the cooking at the house. So.
That's okay.
My husband could, but I do the cooking. Do what?
We share it. We share the cooking. So
that's good. That's a keeper.
I have a keeper. We've been married for 20 years though, so
yeah. My husband and I, we have been married 21 years. And this is both of our 3rd marriage.
Okay.
So yeah, we're old. All right, Debbie sent the picture. And again, my phone's on the charger, Debbie.
She'll post it later. She'll post it in the group later.
I will. I'll put it on my Facebook page that I think everybody in here is part of. But anyway, I want to thank everybody in the chat for joining us. It's been great. And Bekah, thank you so much. I
Thank
really
you for
appreciate it. It's
having
been great getting to know you.
me.
And again, if y'all haven't gotten her book, at least get the first one
Mm-hmm.
and read up about everything. Or like Sean, get it for somebody that you're trying to convince. Just want to say I enjoyed your live the other day. Change the chat to subscribe though, and even though I am subscribed to your channel, it blocked me. Oh no.
Well, that's no good. That's no bueno.
No. Good night, all. Sweet dreams from North Carolina.
I'm also in North Carolina currently.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah.
So anyway, and Brian is saying goodbye.
Bye, Brian.
We're going to call it a day. Brian and I will be back on Wednesday. There is no live stream next Friday because we will be on the road to Florida. And I need to get some scheduled because I don't have any more scheduled after tonight. So
You have to do it.
It's lacking. So if anybody wants to come on, just reach out. Because I will book it. I'm good. Anyway, everybody have a great night. Thanks to all my members. I will run the banner on Wednesday, I promise. And Aaron, I remembered your name. Bye, everyone. Hope you were here listening. And I am game. Good. I will reach out to you, Roxana. Thank you so much. And Dustin, you are due.
Yep.
You are due. It's been nice, even though I came in late. There are replays, Cynthia. Her and I were both in a chat the other day, real quick. She said, I love it because you're popular in the chat. I feel like they're talking to me.
Yep.
Because her name is Cynthia. Also. That's funny. Carnivore communicator. Hello. And unfortunately, we are out.
Yep.
Aaron, that's what I said. I was good. I remembered. Anyway. Y'all have a great night, and I will see you on Wednesday with Brian. Good night, everybody.
Bye, guys.